Game 2 of the 8th annual Taylorville Holiday Tournament this afternoon on News Talk WTIM comes up soon. Thank you for joining us. I'm John Bowen, and Bruce Berry will join me shortly on the News Talk WTIM pregame show. For the Tornadoes, it was a slow start against the Mount Zion Braves last night as they had sloppy play early. The game was tied at the end of the first quarter, with the Tornadoes clinging to a 1-point lead after the first, thanks to Jace Bergschneider's last-second layup on a beautiful move. The second quarter is one the Tornadoes really started to click as they started the quarter making their first 3 shots, and all of them were from behind the arc. Tornadoes grew a 1-point lead into a 10-point lead thanks to a 9-0 run to start that second quarter. At the break, Taylorville took a 12-point lead into the half. Coach Ryan Brown in the postgame show said his halftime speech revolved around his team missing shots and how that needed to change. Well, his team would respond in the third quarter by going on another run, hitting a barrage of threes. At the end of the third, Taylorville would have a 21-point lead on the Braves. The fourth quarter was more of the same, and for the first time this year, we saw the new running clock rule as Taylorville's lead grew to 30 points. So running clock for about the final 3 minutes of that fourth quarter, and it was quite merciful if you ask me. Mount Zion was not putting up much of a fight late, and first time seeing that rule this year, I think a lot of coaches will be for it. Taylorville with the win improved to 8-1 on the season, as well as they picked up a conference win. That makes them 4-1 in the conference. This afternoon it's the Rantoul Eagles in the Dolph as both teams are getting ready for action. That's coming up on News Talk WTIM.
Rebuilding a home can be expensive. Many homeowners don't realize that their insurance may not provide them with enough coverage to build the same home in the same location. Country Financial is one of just a few insurance companies that offer insurance that covers the replacement cost of your home, even if that amount is higher than the policy limit. Call Doug McKenney today at 217-287-2332 to find out more about homeowners insurance from Country Financial.
Some families come to the Christian County YMCA because it checks all the boxes for activity options. Some because they're able to assist families needing financial help. They're able to help because caring people like you donate and support Y fundraising programs. Thank you. Still others choose the Y for the structure and direction their kids get from caring fitness pros. Swim, ride, run, lift, play, however you get your groove on, do it at the Healthy Hangout, the Christian County YMCA.
John Bowen back here with you on News Talk WTIM. Bruce Berry joins me as my color commentator. Bruce dealing with some technical difficulties earlier, so we didn't get a chance to talk to Coach Brown. We'd love to hear what he had to say about Jace Bergschneider. But speaking of Jace, we saw him run to the nearest trash can last night at the start of the second quarter, and obviously was physically ill. What impact does that have on today's games? A doubleheader today for the Tornadoes.
Well, we'll see how his health is this afternoon's game, but if he's unable to go, I look for Wyatt Shirley to come in, and Wyatt can play ball, so maybe a big day for Wyatt.
Yeah, Wyatt, just a sophomore guard, but we've said this all season. He's not too gun-shy when it comes to shooting. Jace Bergschneider getting stretched out by Wyatt Shirley right in front of us here, and you wonder the conversation they're having. Jace seemed okay in the pregame and the warm-up in the shoot-around, but then again, he seemed fine yesterday as well. But that second quarter hit, and so did whatever bug he had.
I'm sure his mom fed him chicken soup last night, John, and Jace be ready to go. And he might be my pick for player of the game again. He was my pick last night. I had to change it because Nick Livingston came out and hit three big pointers in the third quarter. And so good game by Taylorville. 31-point victory over a rival in Mount Zion. And I look for more of the same this afternoon.
Jace is a pretty safe bet for player of the game night in and night out. He really goes out there and he can fill up the stat sheets. Let's talk about Rantoul. That's a team that's 0-1 so far in pool play and really not doing so hot on the season. Just 1-7, led by head coach Brett Frericks. What type of team do you think the Tornadoes are going to face today?
Well, I watched them a little bit yesterday in their loss to IVC. And Latavius, number 35, I'm not sure of his last name.
Latavius Winston.
Latavius Winston's got a lot of talent. He's 6'5", and we have to keep him in check, or Rantoul might be able to give us the ball game tonight.
I think both teams went through the same shoe company this year. Both Brandon Odom as well as Latavius Winston. You mentioned they're both wearing matching sneakers. The two teams that rep the purple and gold. It looks like Rantoul being their visiting grays, Taylorville in their home whites, but they're wearing the throwbacks today. Bruce, you like the throwbacks? Do you like the throwbacks, Bruce?
I like the throwback uniforms. Yes, I do. And it's a relaxed atmosphere here this afternoon. Last night's game was a little tense as we started. I think we had that 13-day layoff. But the team looks relaxed and ready to play today.
You mentioned last night the Tornadoes were in the nightcap taking on Mount Zion and ended up winning that game. But now they've got 2 games today and 2 games tomorrow, 4 games in less than 48 hours. How much of an impact is that? Is fatigue going to play in these games coming up?
Well, last night we got to play quite a bit of our bench players. I think everyone scored in the game except Justin Wright. But he played about 15 minutes, so I look for maybe Coach Brown to use his reserves a little bit more today, trying to rest our starters some, and hopefully we'll come away with a victory and set up a match tonight with IVC, where they're also 2-0, and the winner of that game will meet either Sterling or Galesburg tomorrow afternoon.
Yeah, IVC just got done beating Mount Zion 61-46. A 15-point lead for the Grey Ghosts of Mount Zion. Or I'm sorry, the Grey Ghosts of IVC, Mount Zion being the Braves. Mount Zion the team that lost that contest. We're going to take a quick break here on News Talk WTIM. When we get back, we're going to have Bruce's thoughts, his keys to the game, as well as an injury report for your Tornadoes.
High school basketball means lots of action up and down the court. Shooting hoops and cheering on your favorite team. You and your family need the nutrition and protein that farmer-owned Prairie Farms dairy products provide. Prairie Farms milk, flavored milk, cottage cheese, yogurt dip, sour cream, and 100% Florida orange juice all provide lots of protein, vitamins, and minerals for the game or day-to-day activities. Choose farmer-owned Prairie Farms dairy products at your grocer or convenience store dairy case to stay in the game.
Here's Dr. Tufan with Taylorville Urgent Care.
No matter what the temperature outside, Taylorville Urgent Care has a warm and welcoming environment for you this winter, and we're ready to take care of all the illnesses that come along with it. We treat sore throats, respiratory infections, and the flu. We can perform testing in the clinic, dispense prescription medications, and have on-site x-ray. You never need an appointment to be seen at Taylorville Urgent Care. We're open 7 days a week, evenings, weekends, and holidays. Call 217-824-8244 or visit us online at taylorvilleurgentcare.com.
Back here with you on News Talk WTIM. I'm John Bowen. Bruce Berry joins me. Before we get into his keys to the game, let's mention how Bruce is also going to have your Central Illinois Smiles Family Dentistry Big Smile of the Game. That's the play that put the biggest smile on our fans' faces tonight. Don't forget to ask about custom mouth guards for your athlete's smile by contacting Doctors Lewis and Harmon at CISmiles.com. Also, he has your Doug McKinney Country Financial Agent Player of the Game. Doug McKinney at Country Financial, where they grow with you. And while we have you here, let's mention Milling Millwork Contracting Incorporated as well. They provide professional quality craftsmanship. Their location at 405 West Main Cross in Taylorville. They are fully insured and bonded. That's Milling Millwork Contracting Incorporated, the proud sponsor of the Taylorville Tornadoes. Fight song going on. Bruce going to stand up and clap. I'll sit down and keep talking with you. Here's what we got for starting lineup for the Tornadoes. Your guess is as good as ours for the Eagles. We never caught word of Brett Frericks. We couldn't even find their team before the game to talk to them if we wanted to. So you know what, folks? It's going to be a mystery. It's going to be a surprise for us as well as you. The Tornadoes, though, they'll have Nick Livingston, Jack Livingston, Ryan S., and Jace Bergschneider in their backcourt. And for a Rantoul player, I think, just ran out of Taylorville's locker room. What was that? That's interesting. Will Kettlecamp rounds out the starting five for the Tornadoes. So it's Livingston, Kettlecamp, S., and Bergschneider, your starting five for Taylorville. They are 8-1 on the season, 4-1 in conference, 7-1 at home, 1-0 on the road. They're on a 4-game winning streak again. They beat Mount Zion 69-38 last night. Game one of the 2 games today that Taylorville will have. Bruce back on the mic. Bruce, let's get your keys to today's contest. Let's start with the Tornadoes. How do they take that 4-game winning streak and make it a nice round number of 5?
The key to the game is stop Latavius Winston on the defensive end and just come out and play our normal game, shoot the threes. Hopefully we'll make them 30-40% of those and play good defense and hustle. I thought we got maybe a little out-hustled last night against Mount Zion. But other than that, we had a good ball game, came away with a 31-point victory.
And how about for Rantoul? For the Eagles, again, they're 1-7 on the season, kind of much like Mount Zion, 2 teams on the opposite ends of the spectrum so far this season.
In their game yesterday, they did go on an 18-0 run against IVC, got the lead even, and then IVC blew them out at the end. But they're going to have to play defense and guard our shooters, because if Taylorville's making threes, there's nobody in this tournament field going to have a chance against us.
Absolutely. Making the threes, that's the name of the game. And plenty of three-point shooters for the Tornadoes. Ryan S. shoots it at over 40%. Nick Livingston and Jack Livingston just shy of 40 at 39, and Jace Bergschneider at 38. But Jace Bergschneider really 63% from the field. Every time you see that number, it kind of takes you back a little bit. You're thinking that's got to be a typo, but it's not. He just takes high-quality shots, gets his way to the rim, and knocks them down.
That's right. Him and Brandon Odom are our 2 big shooters. As Brandon just came over and gave us high five. So, looks like he's ready to play. Jace is draining threes, and I'm looking forward to a good ball game today.
It's a good sign. Jace knocking him down again. Jace was dealing with a little bit of a stomach bug yesterday. Had to leave the game in the second quarter. He was physically ill, ran to the closest trash can he could, and Tyler Davis was standing behind him with a towel just trying to cover his buddy and give him as much privacy as he could. Luckily for us, our crowd mic, Bruce, did not pick that up. So Tornadoes and Eagles, we're almost ready to go. Starting lineups about to be announced. You mentioned Brandon and Jace being our 2 big scorers. I know that you're a pretty confident athlete yourself, being a quarterback back in your day. Who was a better quarterback, you or Brandon?
I say I was a better runner. He might have been a little bit better passer than myself.
Yeah, didn't you say you were on a run offense? Or the veer? Did you guys run the veer?
We ran the wishbone.
Wishbone, that's what it was. Oh, that's way back.
Yes, that's way back.
Oh, it looks like we are ready for the anthem to begin. We're going to take a break here on News Talk, WTIM.
High school basketball means lots of action up and down the court, shooting hoops and cheering on your favorite team. You and your family need the nutrition and protein that farmer-owned Prairie Farms dairy products provide. Prairie Farms milk, flavored milk, cottage cheese, yogurt dip, sour cream, and 100% Florida orange juice all provide lots of protein, vitamins, and minerals for the game or day-to-day activities. Choose farmer-owned Prairie Farms dairy products at your grocer or convenience store dairy case to stay in the game.
Hi, this is Laura Hadley with Nikes Floor Covering in Taylorville. My husband Joe and I bought the store 4 years ago and have been absolutely thrilled by the support we've received from Taylorville and surrounding communities. In that time, we've earned a reputation that speaks to our quality products, competent installation, affordable prices, and top-notch service that doesn't leave you hanging. So be sure to think of Nikes Floor Covering for your next flooring, backsplash, or shower project. You won't be disappointed. Find us online or call us at 824-2555.
Huge investment, probably the biggest of your life. Huge decision, who's my realtor? Easy answer, Curvy Real Estate. Joe and his agents have been living, eating, and breathing this stuff for years. Curvy knows how important this process is to you. That's why your research, combined with Curvy's knowledge, energy, and effort, make a powerful partnership that'll land you in the home you really want. Buying or selling, you'll get the feeling Curvy's got your best interest in mind, because they do. See them on West Springfield Road or online at curvyrealestate.com.
John Bowen back here with you on News Talk WTI. And Bruce, I feel like I'm talking loud. This is the quietest the gym has been in a while.
Yeah, it's not a whole lot of people here for this afternoon game, which is probably a good sign. Most people are probably working, John.
Probably. Let's see here. 8 minutes on the clock. Starters are being announced for the Eagles. We will try to keep track of them as well as we can. Latavius Winston just announced. Cameron Brown as well. Hayden Cargo, okay. Alrighty, interesting there. Okay, so your starters for the Eagles, it's Cameron Brown, Angelo Brown, Robert Timothy Hart, Hayden Cargo, and Latavius Winston. And Bruce, in your words, Latavius Winston is the man to watch out for, the 6'5" senior that can do some damage.
Right. I think he got 16 points last night in the game, and he can score from will. He's a good three-point shooter, and but I think Taylorville should handle him today, and hopefully if you're out in the area, stop on by.
And if you can't make it to this game, don't feel too bad. There's a second one tonight. Make it to that one as well. Actually, you know what? Do feel bad. Stop by for both of them. Come by, see me and Bruce. Join us on the broadcast, you know? Let's have everyone stop on by, huh? Whole city of Taylorville. You know how many can this gym hold, you know? Ballpark-wise?
We're going with the same starting lineup as we have all the previous 9 games, so.
Yeah, the starting lineup for the Tornadoes again. Nick Livingston, Jack Livingston, Ryan S., Jace Bergschneider, and Will Kettlecamp. They are all ready to go. Plenty of excitement today. My goodness, I don't remember everyone jumping around, chest bumping in the air. Like, was that yesterday? Should we try that too for our broadcast?
We could probably do that.
You and me?
Broadcast, yeah.
Who would get higher off the ground?
Oh, I told you last night I got hops.
I will never get tired of hearing it. Oh, man. We're ready to go. Taylorville in their home whites. They're wearing the throwback jerseys. And Rantoul, the Eagles, are in their visiting grays. They've got purple trim down the sides, purple lettering, and purple numbering. And as for the Tornadoes, again, they're whites, and they've got purple trim, purple lettering, purple numbers as well. Ryan S. taking the jump today. Normally Will Kettlecamp. That's a difference. And here we go. Ball's won by Ryan S. That was just too quick.
He got it up quick and got the tip.
Latavius Winston didn't even have a clue the ball was tipped yet. Here's Jack Livingston with it on the left wing. Gets to Will Kettlecamp, right back to Jack. Nick Livingston, open three, on the way. It's good. That's the start you want for the Tornadoes. 3-0, 20 seconds into this game. Hart gets it across half court. Now the ball over to Brown. That's Angelo Brown. Down low to Hart. Stays inbound somehow.
We're man to man.
Back to Angelo Brown. He's backing his man down low. That's Ryan S. And he floats it up for 2. 2-3. Tornadoes have a 1-point lead. Ryan S., Jack Livingston, Jace Bergschneider now on the left wing. Cross court to Nick Livingston. Head fake. Gets it over to Jace Bergschneider. Jack Livingston wanted to shoot it. Lost the ball. Jack's looking around like, how'd that even happen? Hart, mid-range jumper on the way. It's good. They can score it apparently. 4-3. First lead today for the Eagles. 1 minute gone. Bergschneider. Jack Livingston on the left wing. Now Nick in the left corner. His three is good. He's got 6. All 6 for the Tornadoes. They shoot a lot of threes, and they knock a lot of them down, Bruce. Here's Hart with it, guarded by Jack Livingston. Down low to Winston, and that's going to be a foul. Oh, a travel. Travel before the foul on Nick Livingston.
Good backside defense by Will Kettlecamp there caused the travel.
So 2 made 3-pointers for the Tornadoes. Both of them coming from Nick Livingston's right hand. Bergschneider across half court, dumps it to Ryan S. Jack Livingston, corner three on the way. It's good.
Jack Livingston.
The Livingston twins having a day, at least at the start. Here comes Hart across half court, guarded by Jack Livingston. Tell you what, he has his eyes glued to that basketball. Here's Angelo Brown, guarded now by Ryan S. Floater, no good, leaves it short, falls in the hands of Winston. Ripped away by Will Kettlecamp, finds a man in the corner, three on the way, no good, too strong, rebounded by Jack Livingston. They're going to call a jump ball or a foul. I think it should be a foul.
Good weak side rebound by Jack Livingston on the missed shot. And Taylorville leads 9-4, 3 out of 3 from 3.
Yeah, Cameron Brown missed that three.
Taylorville hasn't missed a shot, John.
That foul goes on Robert Timothy Hart. You're right, they're 3 of 3 from deep. Ryan S. cross half court, fakes the handoff to Bergschneider and keeps it. He's down in the paint now. Out to Jack Livingston, another three on the way. That one misses, but an offensive foul on Winston. He grabbed Will Kettlecamp and spun him around. 3 of 4 now from 3 are the Tornadoes. That's every shot they've taken. All of them from deep.
Every shot we've taken's been a 3. But that's how our offense runs.
Thank you, official, for saving that one. That was heading right towards our equipment. I know you would have, but you would have dove all over our equipment. We would have disconnected from the radio.
Would have spilt my soda and probably got a hot dog on me.
Oh, we can't have that. Luckily, the official had an eye out. Here's Bergschneider with it now. That foul went on Angelo Brown. 3 on the way, no good.
Illegal screen on Ryan S., a moving screen.
He picks up his first. That's the team's first. 2 fouls on the Eagles. They're on Angelo Brown and Robert Timothy Hart, my apologies. Here comes Cameron Brown with it. Gets it in the corner, shot on the way. Shooter thought it was good, no luck. Winston with the rebound and throws it up and in.
We're going to have to keep him off the boards.
Hayden Cargo missed that 3. Ryan S. deep 3 on the way. It's good. He bangs it home. Tornadoes doubling up the Eagles, 6-12 your score with 5 minutes left to go in the first quarter. Stolen by Jace Bergschneider, leaves it for Nick Livingston, and Jace took a tumble. Got his two shoes tied with the defender. Winston with it. Over to Hayden for the shot, no good, and they've got a foul on, I believe, Jack Livingston. No, it's going to be on the Eagles. Should be Angelo Brown.
Good box out by Jack Livingston on the weak side, and Rantoul fouled him. We're 4 out of 5 from 3, and we lead 12-6.
Here's Bergschneider with it up top. He's guarded by Cargo. Jack Livingston for 3, nothing but net. 15-6, Tornadoes on top. Stolen by Nick Livingston, no good. And Jace Bergschneider misses the putback, and then Nick cleans it up. He's got 8 early points and a timeout taken by the Eagles. That's the start the Tornadoes want to see. A tight one last night against Mount Zion through 1. Well, today they've blown it open early on. It's 17-6. Tornadoes on top, and Bruce, really, it's the Livingston twins. Nick with 8, Jack with 6. They've got 14 of the 17 points.
Right, this is the start that Ryan Brown was hoping for to set up that big matchup tonight with IVC as 2 unbeaten teams in the pool, the purple pool. And that's hard to say, John.
It's fun to say, though.
It's fun to say, yeah. The purple pool. We'll see us at IVC in the championship game of the pool tonight.
Jace Bergschneider has yet to score for your Tornadoes. And with it being 17-6, we'll see if they try to buy Jace some minutes on the bench. Again, he was dealing with a little bit of an illness last night in the contest. And we'll see if they try to give him a little bit of a breather. Keon Button has checked in. Here's Winston with it on the right wing. He gets it down, rather cross courts to Cameron Brown. Trying to make his way to the hole, and he does. He's got 2. 8-17, lead back down to 9. Nick Livingston, 3 on the way. It's short, no good. Will Kettlecamp loses that one out of bounds. And it'll be Eagles ball.
That was a quick shot by Nick. Probably forced it a little bit, and it was way short, air ball. And we still lead by 9, though, with 3:45 left.
Here's Hart with it. He gets it to Cameron Brown in front of us. Now to Winston. Cargo corner 3 on the way. Leaves it short off the shin of Hart. Kettlecamp with an outlet pass. Tries to shovel it to Bergschneider, but a hand in the passing lane from Cameron Brown forces a turnover, and it lands on the lap of Hayden Cargo. Cargo gets it over to Cameron Brown now. Cross half court. Back to Cargo on the left side. Down the middle, Winston. Stolen by Nick Livingston. And he's going to slow it up, get it to Will Kettlecamp, who just got across half court. Jace Bergschneider open in the corner for 3. No good. Ended up on the ground. Think he wanted a foul call. Jace misses his three-point shot. But then he comes up with a steal. Coming down the lane, leaves it for Nick Livingston. Up for 2. Nick's got 10.
He's got 10.
19-8. Tornadoes up by 11 with 3 minutes left to go. Cargo tries to go down low to Winston. And it's swatted out of bounds by Jack Livingston. Justin Wright and Brandon Odom.
2 reserves, Justin Wright and Brandon Odom. In for Will Kettlecamp and Jack Livingston.
And let me tell you, Justin Wright's 6 foot tall. He plays taller. Winston takes the lob down low, leaves it short, gets his rebound, and loses it out of bounds. And they're going to say Tornadoes ball. Or I'm going to say, they're going to say Eagles ball. So with Jack on the bench, we're going to see who's going to be the Robin to the Batman. That is Nick Livingston. Hart floats it up, no good. Odom with the rebound. Quick outlet pass finds Bergschneider. He's open down the lane. Lays it up too strong. Misses the 2. Rebounded by Winston. Nick Livingston tries to stop ball, no look. Cargo again for 3. Leaves that one well short. He's confident about his shot. I'll give him that, Cargo. Ryan S. almost loses it out of bounds. Bergschneider coming baseline. Lays it up too strong for 2 misses. Again, he's just not feeling it so far, folks. 2:10 left to go. Now with the ball, here's Button coming down the lane. Stolen by Nick Livingston. Swatted out of bounds. There you go, Bruce. There's your opportunity.
I could have probably shot that, John.
I mean, I could have shot it too. I wouldn't have made it anywhere close.
That was Ryan S. range. And Tyler Himes just checks in for Ryan S.
Also checking into the game, Jalen McCullough. So it's Himesness, Bergschneider, Odom, Justin Wright, and Nick Livingston, who gets a pretty pass from Brandon Odom. Nick's got 12 of the 21 for the Tornadoes. Just 8 points for Rantoul. Here's Cameron Brown across half court. Cut off by Bergschneider, stole the ball. And a 2-on-1. Nick Livingston lays it up again for 2. He's got a quick 14 in the first quarter.
Another assist for Bergschneider.
It's going to be a game to remember for Nick. Here's Winston now. Gets it over to McCullough in the corner. Between Odom's legs. Out to Hart. 3 ball on the way. It's good. I'll tell you what, Rantoul needed that. They've got 5.
23.
Or, I'm sorry, Hart has 5 of the 11. Justin Wright coming down the lane. Gets it out to Nick Livingston. Brandon Odom. They leave Nick Livingston open. And he misses the 3. Justin Wright ends up with the ball. Rips it away from Winston. And they get it out to Nick Livingston. My goodness, what a play. Nick Livingston for 3 again. And he connects. Folks, don't touch him. He's on fire. 11-26, 17 points in that first quarter for Nick Livingston. And they force a turnover. Bergschneider on the ground, gets it to Odom. Bergschneider now down low. Leaves it off for Nick Livingston. Head fake. Out to Brandon Odom. 3 ball on the way. Leaves it short, but what a bounce. 3 ball for Brandon Odom. 29-11. What a first quarter for the Tornadoes. They're on pace for over 100 points.
That's right.
Winston. Down low now, Button with a mid-range jumper. No good. Rebounded by Bergschneider. They've got 15 seconds. Bergschneider splits the defense. Dumps it off to Tyler Himesness for 2. 31 first quarter points. First quarter points for the Tornadoes. Bergschneider gets called for a foul. Bergschneider still yet to score for Taylorville.
That's his first foul, the team's second.
Wyatt Shirley going to check in, as will Jack Livingston. Nick Livingston and Jace Bergschneider grab a seat. I don't know if I'd be sitting Nick down too much. Definitely don't want him to cool off.
I don't think Rantoul knew what hit him.
Not at all. I don't think I know what hit him. Not even going to get a shot off before the quarter ends. Miscommunication there between Keon Button and his bench. We're going to take a break here on News Talk WTIM. 31-11 at the end of the first quarter. Tornadoes on top.
Glaucoma is an eye disease that can still sight without warning or symptoms. Over 3 million Americans have it, only half know it. Hi, this is Sarah with Advanced Eye Care in Taylorville. Doctors Robbie, Smothers, Champley, and Craigs want you to know that glaucoma is one of the leading causes of blindness. Glaucoma cannot be cured, but it can be controlled and the risk of blindness reduced if glaucoma is detected early. Call Advanced Eye Care today at 824-4991 and get your eye examination scheduled. Advanced Eye Care, modern eye care, old-fashioned caring.
John Bowen back here with you on News Talk WTIM. Hey, don't forget to listen to the Tornadoes' Doug McKinney, Country Financial Agent Player of the Game, announced in the News Talk WTIM postgame show. Doug McKinney at Country Financial, where they grow with you. Also be listening at the end of tonight's game when Bruce Berry will select your Central Illinois Smiles Family Dentistry Big Smile of the Game. It's the play that put the biggest smile on our fans' faces tonight. Ask about custom mouth guards for Athlete Smile by contacting Doctors Lewis and Harmon at CISmiles.com. Bruce, I think you put it best there at the end of that first quarter. I don't think Rantoul really knows what hit him.
No, we kept stealing the ball. I think they had 11 turnovers, Rantoul. I had them for that in the first quarter. And we were 7 out of 10 from 3. So anytime we can shoot 10 threes in a quarter and make 7 of them, we're going to be hard to beat, John.
Second quarter underway. We're ready to go for the Tornadoes. It's Justin Wright, Jack Livingston, Wyatt Shirley, Brandon Odom, and Tyler Heimsness. To Hart up top for Rantoul. Cross court to Cameron Brown on the left side. Hart thought about the three. Gets it over to Button. He'll chuck one up. Nothing but net. He connects. Button's got his first three of the ball game. 14-31. Brandon Odom coming down the lane. Floats it up, and they call him for a travel.
Brandon Odom.
I think he tried to drag that back foot, but no luck. On the court for the Rantoul Eagles, it's Hart, Button, Cameron Brown, Latavius Winston, and as well Jalen McCullough. Brown picks up his dribble in a bad spot. Here's Winston. He gets it out to McCullough. Shot fakes or fakes driving left, goes right. Goes out of bounds off Brandon Odom, they say. Eagles will retain possession.
The hot start's giving Ryan Brown a chance to rest some of the starters. The only starter in the game now is Jack Livingston.
And we'll see how much of Jace Bergschneider we see and how effective he is in the game as well. Again, big story for Jace, the sickness he's been dealing with. Brown with it. Gets it up top to Button. Down low to Winston. Quick pass to the corner. No good. Swatted out of bounds. Tornadoes will get it. Knowing Jace, though, even if he's not feeling 100%, he's probably going to want to be out there on the floor.
That's correct. He'll want to try to keep his average up right around 20 points a game.
Odom fakes the handoff to Shirley, keeps going and shovels it to right in the corner. Tyler Heimsness in the left corner now. Jack Livingston up top to Brandon Odom. Jack cuts and misses the layup. Here's Cargo with it now. Winston down low on the right block. Retreats out to the right wing. Tipped by Jack Livingston, but it still finds the hands of Cameron Brown. Cargo over to Hart. Back to Brown on the left wing. Winston down low. Stolen. Wyatt Shirley first is the turnover. He's running with Justin Wright. Wright lays it up for two.
Wright with the breakaway.
14-31 with 6:20 left to go in the first half. Cameron Brown as well as Robert Timothy Hart just playing back and forth. It's back to Brown now to Hart on the left side. Lob down low to Winston. He's got an easy two. 4 points for Latavius Winston. Wyatt Shirley coming down the lane. Brandon Odom up top. Tries to find Tyler Heimsness. No luck.
He couldn't handle it.
Here comes Brown. Tries to leave it for Hart. Wright forces the turnover. Here's Jack Livingston running. Heimsness in the corner. Finds Justin Wright. Three on the way. Rattles home.
He hits a three.
Justin Wright's got 5.
He's got 5. all our points in the second quarter.
That he does. That he does. Wyatt Shirley forces the turnover. Goes up to lay it up for two, and it's good. 38-16.
That's the biggest lead of the game, John, 22.
Foul's going to be called. I believe that might be on Wyatt. Yemi Odubison and Blake Dooley set to check in. As well as Angelo Brown checks back in. And wouldn't you know it, Bruce, I've got a roster full of Eagles, and they bring in, once again, like last night, a player that's not listed on their roster. So, who's your best number 5? Who's your best number 5 that you know?
John Paxson used to play for the Bulls, three-point shooter.
All right, we'll call him Paxson then. Button's three, no good. Rebounded by Dooley. He's looking to run now. Starting a fast break. He slows it up, gets it over to Wyatt Shirley. And they'll set up the offense. Shirley driving baseline, kicks it out to Justin Wright. Odom open for three, but he head fakes, drives down the lane. Scoops it up for two, no good, but he's fouled. He'll go to the line. Brandon Odom, I think these are his, or no, he's one of 2 on the season from the free throw line.
That's our first free throws of the day. We don't shoot many free throws usually, John.
We do not. No, not a lot of people foul the Tornadoes from 3. That's a pretty smart strategy. But I'll tell you what, when the Tornadoes do get to the free throw line, they knock them down okay. They shoot 71%. 39-16. Will Kettlecamp and Jace Bergschneider set to check back in. Second one, no good. Out of bounds, and they're going to say Justin Wright swatted it.
39.
Shirley and Wright sit down. Kettlecamp and Bergschneider back up and in. And a late sub, Bryant Shaw checks in for the Eagles. So Odubison, Bergschneider, Dooley, Odom, and Kettlecamp for your Tornadoes. It's Button, Hart, Shaw, Paxton now, or Paxson rather, and then Eli Remington checks in. A turnover on Hart, going out of bounds. Tornadoes up big, up by 23 with 4.5 left to go in the first half. Odom scoops that one off the dirt. Odubison in the left corner. Fires a pass to Dooley. He's got to save that from an over and back. His pass has got some mustard on him, Bruce. Bergschneider driving baseline. Kicks it out to Brandon Odom. Kettlecamp at the free throw line. Finds a wraparound pass for Yemi Odubison. No good. I think Yemi thought he was fouled. Button with it now. He's picked up by Blake Dooley and Odubison as the double team comes. Now to Hart. There's Remington. Up top to Hart. Down low to Remington. Shoots it no good. Rebounded by Will Kettlecamp. The lefty running. Bergschneider, corner three on the way. It's good.
His first bucket.
42-16. Here's Hart with it. Over to Button, back to Hart. They're finally across half court. Now to Button on the left side. Down low, stolen by Brandon Odom on the entry pass. Behind the back pass, trying to find Bergschneider. That was flashy. Didn't quite work. But you can take those risks when you're up this big. Remington leaves it short, rebounded by the Eagles. Hart keeps it in bounds and floats it up for two. He's got 7. 18-42. Ryan S. set to check back in. Bergschneider coming down the lane. Finds Will Kettlecamp. 3 on the way. That's not really his game. He has not connected on a 3 in the past 2 years. And the 8 that he's shot. Hart down low for Remington. Goes out of bounds. Tornadoes ball. Here comes Ryan S. checking in. As well as Lazarick Lewis.
For Brandon Odom.
Lazarick Lewis checks in for Keon Button.
Nick Livingston got 17 points in the first quarter and hadn't seen any action in the second quarter.
You concerned about him cooling off, or do you think Nick Livingston is that guy that's kind of just walks in the gym on fire?
I think he comes in on fire, just like I used to, John.
Just like I did not. I was the guy that you did not want to touch the ball. When the ball had good juju and was going through the hoop, you'd find me buried at the end of the bench where there was no danger of me touching it. Blake Dooley for 3. Leaves it long, cannot connect. Lazarick Lewis with the rebound. Gets it over to Cameron Brown. To Paxson in the corner. Brown with it. Here's Lewis. Back to Brown on the left wing. Cross court to Paxson. Thought about the three. Goes down low to Remington. Stolen by Ryan S. Leads it perfectly for Bergschneider. No good. Were they trying to go off the backboard alley-oop there? Oh, Dubison looked like he was trying to slam that one home. That's going to be a foul called, either on Ryan S. or on Will Kettlecamp.
I'm going to count that as a shot, but you're right. It might have been a pass off the backboard by Jace.
Interesting.
But you
Will
can
Kettlecamp picks up his first. Team
you
fourth.
can try those with 24-point lead in the second quarter.
You ever thrown the alley-oop off the backboard to yourself?
I've thrown it, but I've never ooped it. I've alleyed it, but no oop.
I've alleyed it. I've never ooped it either. I've got a buddy back home that does the oop. I do the alleys. Free throw up and good by Brown. Makes one of two. Bergschneider misses the layup again. Cameron Brown, stolen by Bergschneider. Here's he and O'Dubison. Does he want to lob it for him? Yimmy goes up, and he just kept rising. Yimmy's got two.
44 to 19.
Big lead for the Tornadoes, up to 25. Remington down low, working on Will Kettlecamp. Dragged his feet with no call, and he'll get two free throws. I think Will just picked up his second. He did.
It's only our 15th foul, but he'll be shooting two.
Remington, a 6'2" junior at the free throw line. Nick Livingston at the scorer's table set to check in. Up and good for Eli Remington, his first bucket, or point rather. Second free throw up and good. 21 to 44. Nick Livingston checked in for Jace Bergschneider. Here's Ryan S. Deep three, no hesitation. Almost banked that one in. And Blake Dooley finds the rebound, but throws it right to Paxson. Gets it up top to Lewis. Paxson now, deep three. Let's see if he can shoot like John Paxson. No, he cannot. Ryan S. with the board. Outlet to Nick Livingston, running on the left side. They leave him open for three. That's a mistake. It's good. 20 points.
He stayed hot.
Picked up right where he left off. He's got 20 of the 47 for the Tornadoes. Lewis almost turns it over, finds Cameron Brown. Three-pointer is good. He's got 6. 24-47. Ryan S. Deep three. It's good. Nothing but net. The confidence with how he takes that shot. 26-point lead for the Tornadoes. Again, if they get it up to 30, it's a running clock for the rest of the game. Remington scoops it up for two, no good, but he's fouled. That might be Will Kettlecamp's third. No, I think they put that one on Ryan S. They do. It's Ryan S.'s second. So 2 on S, 2 on Kettlecamp, 1 on Bergschneider. Remington back to the line. Knocks it home for his second point. Second one, no good, too strong. Rebounded by Ryan S. Gets out to Blake Dooley for the outlet. And they're looking to run. Dooley taking his man one-on-one, picks up his dribble, finds Ryan S. now. S. coming down the lane. Thought he was fouled. And here's Lewis bringing it up. Bruce, you think I could pull off the dreads that Lewis is sporting?
I don't think you could, John.
Remington gets an and one opportunity
And one.
after saving it from going out of bounds.
He's came in and played 4 good minutes for Rantoul. He's got 4 points and going to go for his 5th.
He's doing some work at the free throw line as well. Nick Livingston just picked up his first foul. Completes the and one, does Remington. He's got 5. 28-50, Tornadoes on top. Bergschneider checks back in. Blake Dooley sits down.
The starters are in for the last 15 seconds of the quarter, John. See what kind of play Ryan Brown draws up.
More than likely, the Tornadoes will take at least a 22-point lead into the break. Nick Livingston. Jack Livingston open for 3, couldn't handle the pass. They're down to 4 seconds. Jace got to get something up. He does. It's off in time. No good. And Ryan S. cannot secure the rebound. Probably not what Coach Brown had drawn up, but nonetheless, they take a 22-point lead into the break. We're taking one as well. We got the halftime show up next.
Some families come to the Christian County YMCA because it checks all the boxes for activity options. Some because they're able to assist families needing financial help. They're able to help because caring people like you donate and support Y fundraising programs. Thank you. Still others choose the Y for the structure and direction their kids get from caring fitness pros. Swim, ride, run, lift, play, however you get your groove on, do it at the Healthy Hangout, the Christian County YMCA.
Want to make your home a more comfortable place, but don't think you can afford a top brand heating and cooling system? Well, Carrier has the right solutions for every budget. When you turn to your Carrier experts at Blakely Heating, Cooling, and Plumbing, they can show you a full line of energy efficient home comfort systems and help you choose the one that best fits your budget. Call Blakely Heating, Cooling, and Plumbing at 824-4684. That's 824-4684. Because in this economy, who couldn't use a little more comfort?
John Bowen back here with you on News Talk WTIM. It's the News Talk WTIM halftime show. Let's take a look at our scoring recap and see how we got here. Tornadoes started with a quick three. It was Nick Livingston who connected with it. 3-0 Tornadoes for the first bucket of the game. Cameron Brown would answer with two of his own to make it 2-3, and the Eagles would then take their first lead 4-3 thanks to another layup from Angelo Brown. So their first lead there in the first quarter was 4-3, and then Tornadoes really quit messing around. Another three from Nick Livingston made it 6-4, then 9-4 from another three. That three ball, I believe, was knocked in by Jack Livingston. So that made it 9-4, 6-9. Another three again knocked in by Ryan S. This time made it 12-6 when they doubled up the score of the Eagles, the Tornadoes did, and then they would go on a pretty healthy run. It was 8-17, and then they would go on a 6-0 run before a layup ended that. 11-23 was the score, and then an 8-0 run to end the quarter for the Tornadoes. The lone three that was made by Keon Button for the Eagles. That was to open the second quarter, making it 14-31. And it was back and forth a little bit there for the Tornadoes. And then I'll tell you what, really not a whole lot going on in the second quarter for the Tornadoes. They had a three from Jace Bergschneider, a three from Ryan S., and a three from Nick Livingston. And then 2 points from Yemio Dubas and 5 from Justin Wright in the second, and 2 from Wyatt Shirley. And that put him at 50 at the break. 50-28, a 22-point lead that is for the Taylorville Tornadoes. Again, they're taking on the Rantoul Eagles at the moment. And Bruce, I think you really put it best in the first quarter when for the Eagles, they didn't really know what hit them. It was kind of a little bit, you come out ready for a boxing match and you catch a sucker punch.
That's right. We hit him with Nick Livingston. He scored 17 of our 31 points in the first quarter. And we hit him with the three ball. I think we hit 7 threes in the first quarter and led 31-11 at the end of the first quarter. They've kept it about what we scored. We outscored them 19-17 in the second quarter. But all in all, Taylorville's got this game in hand. A lot of the starters didn't play much in the second quarter, and I'd look for most of that in the second half.
You mentioned expecting that in the second half. So do you expect Coach Brown to maybe give the starters a little bit of time there in that third quarter, let them go out there, run just a little bit, and then kind of pull back on the reins, slow it up a little bit, and kind of empty the bench?
Well, I don't think we ever really slowed up. I think what Coach Brown would like to see us to get to a 30-point lead and get the running clock and get our bench players in there. We did score 15 bench points in the first half, which is good. And Nick Livingston's just been on fire. So far, he's my pre-player of the game at halftime, John.
It's funny, you picked Jace Bergschneider pregame yesterday, and you switched it to Nick, and you mentioned Nick might be the potential player of the game today, and then we'll see if Jace has anything to say about that. Let's talk about Jace a little bit. Just the 3 points in the first half, that's not really what you're used to seeing from Jace Bergschneider. We understand that he is maybe feeling a little bit under the weather, not quite 100%, due to whatever sickness or illness he's battling. But still, the fact that the Eagles got to be happy keeping Jace Bergschneider to just 3 points in that first half, but you got to stop Nick Livingston.
Right. I got Jace 1 out of 8 from the field, and that's un-Jace-like shooting. I thought you said he's shooting over 60%.
63% from the field, yep.
And he's 1 out of 8 today. So I look for Jace maybe to get started here in the third quarter. Let's get this lead above 30 and get him out, get reserves in, and hopefully we'll be ready to play tonight.
Taking a quick break here on the News Talk WTIM halftime show. Again, I'm John Bowen. Bruce Berry joins me. We're going to take a look at those first half scoring stats when we get back. Here's Dr. Tufan with Taylorville Urgent Care.
No matter what the temperature outside, Taylorville Urgent Care has a warm and welcoming environment for you this winter, and we're ready to take care of all the illnesses that come along with it. We treat sore throats, respiratory infections, and the flu. We can perform testing in the clinic, dispense prescription medications, and have on-site x-ray. You never need an appointment to be seen at Taylorville Urgent Care. We're open 7 days a week, evenings, weekends, and holidays. Call 217-824-8244 or visit us online at TaylorvilleUrgentCare.com.
High school basketball means lots of action up and down the court. Shooting hoops and cheering on your favorite team. You and your family need the nutrition and protein that farmer-owned Prairie Farms dairy products provide. Prairie Farms milk, flavored milk, cottage cheese, yogurt dip, sour cream, and 100% Florida orange juice all provide lots of protein, vitamins, and minerals for the game or day-to-day activities. Choose farmer-owned Prairie Farms dairy products at your grocer or convenience store dairy case to stay in the game.
John Bowen back here with you on News Talk WTIM. Appreciate you choosing to spend your Friday afternoon with us here on News Talk. This is game 1 of 2 today for the Tornadoes, and everything's going according to plan so far. 50-28, Tornadoes have the lead. Let's take a look at some scoring stats for the Tornadoes in that first half. Look no further than Nick Livingston, really, if you're looking for a superstar in the first half. 20 points, 20 of the 50 points for the Tornadoes, and he only played about 2 minutes in that second quarter. He's set for the first 6 minutes of the second. He scored 17 in the first quarter, had a 3 in the second. That gives him his 20. He averages just about 13.5 points per game. Jack Livingston had 6 as well, connecting on 2 threes. Ryan S. had 2 threes for 6 points. And Jace Bergschneider just 3 points in that first half. He hit a 3-point bucket in the left corner in that second quarter. As for the bench, Yemi Odubison 2 points. Tyler Himes has 2 as well. As for Wyatt Shirley with the same. Brandon Odom 4 points off the bench. Justin Wright leads all scorers off the bench with 5. All of those coming in the second quarter. Let's take a look at the Eagles. We'll actually put all that together for the Tornadoes. You should get 50. I'll have to double check my math. I ran out of fingers and toes, folks, so don't hold me to it. Now let's take a look at the Eagles scoring and see how they got there. They are led by Robert Timothy Hart. He had 7. Hayden Cargo did not score. Latavius Winston had 4. Cameron Brown had 6. Angelo Brown had 2. Eli Remington had 5 off the bench. And Keon Button had the lone 3 in the first half for the Rantoul Eagles. I'm sorry, actually, no, Cameron Brown connected on a 3 as well. Eagles have 28. Tornadoes have 50. Again, if the Tornadoes can find a way to get that 30-point lead, we go to running clock for the second half. I think Coach Brown would appreciate that. Get his starters out and just let them kind of rest and get ready for the nightcap they have tonight when they'll take on IVC. Take another break here on the News Talk WTIM halftime show. We'll get Bruce's thoughts for the second half when we get back.
Most people understand the need for life insurance, but not many want to talk about why it's essential to your financial plan. It may seem intimidating, but it doesn't have to be. Don't be overwhelmed. Get started with Country Financial. Call Doug McKenney today at 217-287-2332, and he can work with you to find life insurance that gives you the protection you need at a price you can afford. Life insurance policies issued by Country Life Insurance Company and Country Investors Life Assurance Company, Bloomington, Illinois.
John Bowen back here with you on News Talk WTIM. We're ready for the second half of action here in about a minute. Bruce, your thoughts for the second half. How do the Tornadoes keep growing on their lead and save their starters some energy for the nightcap tonight?
Well, it looks like to start the third quarter like we started the game and just come ball and have Nick Livingston get hot. Ryan Ness can shoot it from anywhere. Jack needs to get going, and Jace, maybe he can get going a little bit. And who knows, Will Kettlecamp might come in with a few buckets.
And as for the Eagles, again, they're down by 22 with the second half about to resume. For them, you kind of think it's just kind of a source of pride thing. Go out there, don't leave anything left to the imagination, leave it out on the floor, and at least put a fight up here in the second half.
And that's right, and they got another game tonight, too, at 7 o'clock, so they might try to conserve some energy, too, in the fourth quarter.
We're ready. We're ready for the second half to resume. There's 8 on the clock.
That might be an interesting game tonight between Rantoul and Mount Zion. Both of them will be, 1-8 or 1-9.
1-8, 1-9.
Game.
Neither of them seeming like strong offensive teams, at least from what we've seen. For the Tornadoes, it's going to be Ryan S., as well as Jack Livingston, Nick Livingston, Will Kettlecamp, and Jace Bergschneider. For the Eagles, it's going to be Robert Timothy Hart, as well as Cameron Brown. Hayden Cargo in as well, so is Angelo Brown and Latavius Winston. Out of bounds, swatted by the Eagles. Tornadoes will retain possession. Into the backcourt, it finds Bergschneider. Now to Nick Livingston, back to Jace Bergschneider. Corner, Jack Livingston, 3 on the way. No good, he called off from the get-go. Ooh, Angelo Brown almost loses his footing. Tipped by Bergschneider, falls in the lap of Jack Livingston. Here's Nick, gets it to Jace, scoops it up for 2, no good. Tipped out to Ryan S. Bergschneider wants the left wing 3, it's on the way, it's short. Follows a shot, gets his rebound, and a blocking foul. I believe that's on Angelo Brown. It is. For Angelo Brown, that's his 4th. One more, and he hits the showers early. Bergschneider gets into Ryan S. He head fakes, finds Jace now. Will Kettlecamp thought about a 3, thinks better of it. Now it's in Ryan S.'s hands in the right corner. He dribbles at the top of the key. Looking for some help, Ryan S. Gets it to Nick Livingston. Cameron Brown tries to steal it. Will Kettlecamp down low in some trouble. Scoops it up for 2. He just muscled that one in there. 52-28, Tornadoes have the lead. Out of bounds, Tornadoes ball. Angelo Brown loses control of it.
We're playing good defense. I think we're going to get this 30-point lead pretty quick here, John.
I know Coach Brown would appreciate that. Again, if he can find a way to make that happen, he can maneuver it so he can save his starters some time. Ryan S., 3 on the way. Too strong, no good. Rebounded by Angelo Brown. Gets it over to Cameron Brown. Cargo, left corner, right corner 3. Doesn't take it. Instead dumps off to Winston down low. S, outlet pass to Jack Livingston. Scoops it up for 2. Jack's got 8. (54-28). Tornadoes, big lead, 26 points. Cameron Brown with it, thought about the left corner 3. Angelo Brown, right corner now to Cargo. Cross court. Hart in the left corner, goes down low to Winston. Almost stolen by S, no luck. Cargo right corner.
Short.
Winston with the rebound, gets it up for 2. 30-54. S with it now. Gets it back to Bergschneider. Nick Livingston thought about the 3. Ryan S. thought about pulling it. That's deep, but it's his range. Instead, Bergschneider gets the ball, and he'll set up the offense. Here's Nick Livingston on the right wing. Will Kettlecamp in the right corner. Left wing now, Jack Livingston. Bergschneider on the left side. Calls a back cut, and Jack Livingston can't save that from going out of bounds. Eli Remington checks back in for the Eagles. Angelo Brown will grab a seat. Remington gave them good minutes in that first half. 5:16 left to go in the third quarter. 24-point lead for Taylorville. Here's Hart with it now. He's playing back and forth with Cameron Brown. It's back to Hart on the left side. Left corner, Remington. Up to the wing now to Hart. Over to Brown. Gets a screen from Hart. 3 ball on the way. It's good. Brown has 9. Turned over by the Tornadoes. Here comes Cameron Brown. Hart wants it on the left wing. Brown's taking it himself. No good. Rebounded by Hart. Jack Livingston playing some defense there. Nick Livingston defending Hart. Bergschneider kicks that one out of bounds towards the Taylorville bench.
We've been very sloppy on offense here in the third quarter, John, so that's why Coach Brown's leaving his starters in.
The lead is 21 for the Tornadoes. Again, their magic number is 30. Once that hits a 30-point lead, it's a running clock the rest of the contest. Here's Cargo trying to find down low Winston. No luck. Winston thought he was held. S will take it out of bounds. Gets it into Bergschneider. They're going to slow it up. Ryan S with it. Looking down low for Jack Livingston. No luck. Gets it to the right wing to Will Kettlecamp. Kettlecamp with it. He's driving down the lane. Kicks it out to Ryan S. 3-ball on the way. It's good.
Unlimited range on Mr. S. That was from about 28 feet.
57-33. Winston on the left elbow. Shot fake, no good. And then now that's going to be Brown missing the shot. Jack Livingston, an easy 2. He's
Good
got
fast
10.
break. Good pass by Jace.
Up and in for 2. I believe that bucket was good by Cargo. Brown goes for the steal. Bergschneider with it now. Gets it to Nick Livingston. Left corner 3. It's on the way. No good. Off and to the left. Here's Hart with it. Driving baseline. S gets called for the foul. For S, that should be his 3rd.
Just the first team foul on Taylorville here in the third quarter.
Justin Wright and Brandon Odom check in. Ryan S sits down, so does Jack Livingston. Bergschneider gets a breather as well as Wyatt Shirley checks in. Winston over to Button, who just checked in. Cargo 3 on the way. It's good. He's got 5.
They won't go away, John.
They're putting up a fight. Lead back down to 21. Wright with it on the right wing. Livingston with it. Gets it back to Wright. Odom driving down the lane. Almost loses it. Finds Wyatt Shirley. Sets the screen. Shirley behind the back dribble. Odom open for 3. No good. Winston with the rebound. The 6'5" senior brings it down. 2:30 in the third quarter left. Cargo with it now. Up top, Button. Not shy about the shot. Takes it, misses it. Rebounded by Kettlecamp. Kettlecamp working against Winston. Leaves it for Wyatt Shirley. His 3-ball on the way. He connects. Wyatt Shirley's got 5. 62-38. Winston, that was almost an over and back. Button with it. To Hart on the left side. He gets it back to Button on the right, and they'll reset. Hart now on the left. He wants Button to cut. Cargo's going to take a 3. It's no good. Saved from going out of bounds, but Brandon Odom steals it from Winston. Here's Shirley. Gets it to Will Kettlecamp. Loses his dribble. On the floor, has it, and it rolls out of bounds. Bryant Shaw going to check back in, as well Lazarick Lewis. Winston sits down, and so does Hart. Remington gets it into Lewis. Over to Button. To Cargo now. Lewis on the left corner. Stolen by the Tornadoes. Here comes Nick Livingston. Gets it to Justin Wright. Scoops it up for 2. It's good. 38-64. Tornadoes a 26-point lead. Here's Cargo with it. Yet to cross half court. Now gets it to Lewis, who finally does. Lewis gets it to Button. Button's going to chuck up a shot. No good. Rebounded by Shaw. Gets it out to Remington. Remington working against Will Kettlecamp. stolen by Nick Livingston, but he had his foot out of bounds.
Braden Gideon and Yemio Dubison check in. That might be the end of the game for the starters.
Nick Livingston sits down, so does Will Kettlecamp. Nick has not scored in the third quarter after having 20 in the first half. Remington down low working on Justin Wright. They're going to call a foul there. Justin Wright tried to stay vertical, no luck. He picks up the foul. Should be his first. Team's second as well. Remington's been to the free throw line a handful of times. No good. Rattles out.
He's 2 out of 5 from the line, John.
McCullough checks in. %. Stolen by the Eagles. That slipped out of O'Dubison's hands. 45 seconds. Cargo picked up his dribble in the backcourt. Gets it back from Button. And Gideon picks up a cheap foul. First on Gideon, third on the team. Here the Taylorville bench shouting next play, wanting Gideon to forget it. Gideon's going to be subbed out as Gideon did not. Gideon sitting down. Cargo will stay in the game. Gideon did not like being touched by Cargo. Cargo will stay in. Again, this goes back to that running clock. Gideon is hot on the bench. Cargo gets it over to Button. Now to McCullough. Almost loses it. Odom swiped down on it. Gets it back. Shaw throws up a desperation heave. No good. Tornadoes ball.
This has been a very sloppy play third quarter, John.
Absolutely. Again, it was 50 to 28 at the break. 64 to 39, your score now. 10 seconds. Brandon Odom holding for the final shot. Gets it over to Wyatt Shirley. He's getting a screen. Thinking about the three. Brandon Odom, they got to get something going. Throws it up, no good. Bucket would not have counted. 64-39, Tornadoes 25-point lead heading into the fourth quarter on News Talk WTIM.
Hi, this is Bob at Apple Auto Service. We offer brake service, wheel alignment, shock and strut replacement, ball joints, hub bearings, and springs. Apple Auto Service. We do oil changes, flush radiators with new antifreeze, chains, transmission filters, and fluid. Apple Auto Service. We install air filters and wiper blades. Apple Auto Service. Oh yeah, we install mufflers, exhaust, and custom exhaust too. So come to Apple Auto Service and let us get your car ready for the driving ahead. Apple Auto Service, where quality and value go the extra mile for you.
Yes, behind locked doors is excellent escape rooms, but now they've got an outrageous rage room too. Rage Cagers in Taylorville are having a blast, smashing their stress to bits and pieces. You're next. Release that bottled up stress. Behind locked doors unlocks a healthy green way to have a smashing day. There's restrictions, but you can tag team with a friend and others can watch. Details at BehindLockedDoorsLLC.com. BehindLockedDoorsLLC.com. The Rage Cage. Brand new at Behind Locked Doors. 115 South Clay in Taylorville.
John Bowen back here with you on News Talk WTIM. We're ready for the fourth quarter of action. For your Tornadoes, it's Brandon Odom, Wyatt Shirley, Blake Dooley, Justin Wright, and Yemi O'Dubison. It is McCullough, Button, as well as we have a new sub checking into the game, Deontay Space, Remington as well, and Cargo. Cargo with the ball now, picks up his dribble, gets it over to McCullough and throws it out of bounds. What we got here, we got to mention Milling Millwork Contracting Incorporated, providing professional quality craftsmanship. They're located at 405 West Main Cross, where they're fully insured and bonded. They're a proud sponsor of the Taylorville Tornadoes. Here's Blake Dooley with it on the left wing, finds Wyatt Shirley on the right side. Here's O'Dubison. He tries to go down the lane, no luck. Justin Wright on the right wing now. O'Dubison in the left corner, finds Wright again, back to Odom, back to Wright, cutting, scoops it up for two, no good. Thought that was going to drop. Odom's got an eye for passing.
Yes, he does. Especially to Justin Wright.
Cargo with the floater, no good. back tap, saved by Button, and then picked up by Dooley, who throws it right to McCullough. He was trying to find O'Dubison, and O'Dubison was about to put on a highlight reel. Rejected by Brandon Odom. You got to go up stronger than that, Jalen McCullough.
Brandon said, get that out of here.
Would you have blocked that? Would you have blocked it better than Brandon?
I probably would have took the charge.
From behind him? You can't even do that. Cargo with the finger roll. He gets it to go. He's got 7. 41-64. The Tornadoes turn it over. Here's Button. Cargo, 3 on the way. Looks good, and it is. Nothing but net.
They're within 20.
44-64. Here comes O'Dubison. He loses it once again. He's got a handful of turnovers. Thought he was fouled. Here's McCullough now. Free throw line jumper up. No good. Off Remington's head. Falls in the lap of Wyatt Shirley. Odom will slow it down and reset the offense. Shirley with it on the right wing now. Over to Wright on the left. Wright coming down the lane. Leaves it for O'Dubison. O'Dubison tries to find Shirley. He does. Justin Wright, wide open 3. It's up. It's good.
Justin Wright's getting his shooting touch back.
He hasn't struck me as much of a three-point shooter this year, but feeling confident today. Justin Wright has knocked down a pair of three-pointers. Stolen by Dooley. They're looking to run. If he gets it to O'Dubison, he does. O'Dubison goes up, and there's the foul call. I was going to say, cough up that whistle.
Looks like the officials are letting us play here in the fourth quarter. It's a foul they have to call there as O'Dubison was hit on the way up, and he'll shoot 2.
The foul is called. O'Dubison goes to the line for 2, where he shoots 50% on the season. No good on that one. Shaw checks in. Tyler Heimsness is checking in for Brandon Odom. Remington sits down. Heimsness didn't even know who he was getting. Coach Brown had to tell him. O'Dubison stays true to his percentages. He's got 3. 68-44 your score. Tornadoes lead back up to 24. Down low Shaw. Mid-range jumper, leaves it short. Shirley goes for the rebound. Wright finds it. Here's O'Dubison. He might try to take this one coast to coast. Finds Heimsness. Out to Shirley. Dooley now. Thought about the 3. Down low, O'Dubison on the left block. No look pass to Wright on the right wing. Shirley now has it. Over to Dooley on the left side. He wants to shoot, you can tell. He finds Tyler Heimsness cutting. Up for 2. Rolls in and rolls right back out. Coach Brown liked what he saw offensively there. Everything except for the bucket going down. We're under 5 minutes left to go in the fourth quarter. 68-44, Tornadoes with the lead. Here's Cargo with the ball now. He's coming down, floats it up. Too strong, no good. Rebounded by the Eagles, and up and good for Deontay Space. He's got 2. Cargo being told to play the game. Interesting if he's chirping, being down by as much as he's down. Tyler Heimsness head fake. He's coming down the lane. Close up for 2, no good. Rebounded by Blake Dooley. Smallest man on the court. Gets it over to Wright. O'Dubison down low. Tries to find Heimsness. That might have been one pass too many. Justin Wright steals it away from McCullough.
Justin giving the good effort again, as always.
Gideon will check back in. Justin Wright will sit down. Cargo grabs a seat. So does Shaw. Paxton and Lewis check back in. Deep pass stolen by Dooley. It's Dooley and Gideon in a 2-on-1, and Dooley almost loses it out of bounds. Gets it to Wyatt Shirley. Dooley now in the left corner. O'Dubison head fake on the left wing. Lobs it down low to Tyler Heimsness. He has to save that from being a steal. Scoops up for 2, and he's got an and 1 opportunity. 70-46. Heimsness going to shoot his first free throws of his junior season at the varsity level.
I think the biggest lead we've had has been 26. Tyler's got a chance to get it to 25 with a made free throw here.
And he does knock it down. Tyler's got 5 points. Here's Button. Looking for some help. Lobs it down low. Finds Paxson. He floats it up for 2. No good. Himes just with the rebound. Shirley with it. Bringing it up on the right side. Gets it to Dooley on the left. Down low, Himesness. Out to O'Dubison. Shirley in the right corner. Head fake. Lobs it down low. 3 in the key called on Tyler Himesness. A fan screaming for them to call 3 seconds, but they just did. Interesting. Everybody's a critic, right, Bruce?
That's right.
From the officials in the stands. O'Dubison goes for the steal on McCullough, no luck. Down at the free throw line to Lewis. Gets it back to McCullough on the right or on the left baseline. Here's Lewis with it now up top. Stolen by Shirley. They're looking to run. He just loses his footing. Leaves it for Dooley. And that's swatted out of bounds by Paxson. Tell you what, Shirley caught some baby deer legs right there at the trying to bring the ball up court. Couldn't find his footing.
It's been entertaining, but it hasn't been good basketball here in the second half.
Yeah, it's kind of been one of those, you know, when you see something that's kind of so ugly you can't look away? Like looking at me, kind of. Stolen by the Eagles. Layup no good. Rebounded by Dooley. I tell you what, Dooley, for being 5'6", he grabs a lot of rebounds.
Yes, he does. Now Wyatt Shirley brings the ball up.
He's guarded by McCullough. Gets it over to Dooley. Dooley guarded by Paxson. Gideon was open in the left corner. Chooses not to shoot. Lewis with the steal. And he's going up against O'Dubison. O'Dubison head fakes him. And that altered Lewis's shot. He just gave him a heavy step. Gideon up for 2. It's no good. How does that not drop? Lewis gets it to McCullough, and they're going to reset. 71-46 with 2:10 left to go in this contest. She ain't singing, but she's warming up backstage. Button for 3. Rims out. Paxson with the rebound. Can't get it to go. And a foul called on Gideon. For Gideon, that should be his second.
The team's fifth, but Rantoul will shoot 2 here.
That'll say yes in space to the free throw line. No good. Gideon is upset and just shoves off his coach. That's going to get a sub. Yeah. Coach Brown might actually call a timeout to just take out Gideon. I don't think Gideon's going to enjoy this time on the bench right here. Gideon very upset with the way play has gone. Surprising being up 24. Tyler Himes just floats it up for 2. (72-46). Here's McCullough with it. Okay, I was going to say, that looked like a travel. I thought they were going to give McCullough continuation.
Brown must have changed his mind because he took Justin off the baseline there to not come in the game now for Gideon.
Gideon's still shaking his head. Doesn't seem too happy out there. Maybe the lead's not big enough for him. Well, he wanted that 30-point lead in that running clock. O'Dubison with it, almost turns it over. Himes just saves it. He's the first to the floor. Gets it back to Dooley, almost an over and back. And here's Gideon with it now. Gets it to Dooley, who will set up the offense.
These officials have not stopped the clock only twice on fouls.
O'Dubison gets the handoff. No good. Shirley with the rebound. Back to O'Dubison. Up for 2, no good. But he'll go to the line for 2, where he's 1 of 2 on the day.
Even though we didn't get the 30-point lead, it's been running clock this whole fourth quarter. That's just the third clock stoppage. And O'Dubison will shoot 2.
He shoots 50% on the season.
He
misses that one, so he should connect on this.
Should connect. I say he will.
If you're a gambling man, Bruce, and we're not putting out any allegations or anything.
No, I will say, he missed it, so he's under 50 now.
And that's why I refuse to buy lottery tickets, because I don't have a chance. And one opportunity coming up for McCullough. He went coast to coast, his first 2 points of the ball game. 48-72. No, 49-72. I missed a free throw.
And Taylorville had 73, John, by my count.
When in doubt, trust Bruce Berry. 49-73. I think that went out of bounds off Taylorville. 45 seconds left in this contest. Paxson will take it out of bounds. Looking for some help. Can't find anyone. Goes deep. Almost intercepted by Shirley. Button thought about a three. No luck. Lewis down low now. Scoops it up for two. 51-73. Tornadoes on top still. Dooley with it. He's going to need some help. Gets it to Shirley. 30 seconds now.
We're just going to hold the ball now, I think, the last 18 seconds.
Gideon with it. Up top to Shirley, and it is all but over. 10 seconds now. 22-point lead for the Tornadoes will be a 22-point victory, and now the applause start as the game is finally over. They didn't get to that running clock in the second half like many thought they might have, but even with that, it was still a pretty quick second half, albeit a little bit ugly. We got the postgame show coming up next on News Talk WTIM.
Accidents are unexpected, but when you choose Taylorville Memorial Hospital, you always know what to expect. Our emergency team has the talent and technology to quickly diagnose, treat, and get you on the road to recovery. And for the most severe injuries, our connection to the trauma team at Memorial Medical Center ensures you get the expertise you need. Remember, when activity leads to an accident, you have the power to choose. Choose Taylorville Memorial Hospital, a powerful choice for healthcare.
Whether you are opening a door to your new home, opening a door to your new business, or simply opening a new checking account, CNB is here to help. Call or stop by the Taylorville branch today. CNB Bank and Trust, helping to open doors since 1854. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
John Bowen back here with you on News Talk WTIM. It's the WTIM postgame show here on News Talk. Let's take a look at our scoring recap and see how we got where we got. 3-0 Tornadoes thanks to an opening three from Nick Livingston. And I'll tell you what, Nick Livingston, that was a first quarter to remember. He poured in 17 of the 31 points for the Tornadoes. It was back and forth there for a little bit, and then once it ended up being 6-9, the Tornadoes would go on a little bit of a run here. They would go on an 8-0 run, and then a 2-point bucket by the Eagles would follow a 6-0 run for the Tornadoes, and a 31-11 lead at the end of the first quarter. Again, thanks in large part to Nick Livingston and his 17 points that he poured in. As for the second quarter, it was more of the same. A little bit of back and forth. They kept it kind of tight. It was a 22-point lead at the halftime break. And really just, that's kind of where it started to get a little sloppy, especially there late. Not the prettiest into a half that we've ever seen for Tornadoes basketball, but in that second quarter, Nick Livingston had a three, as did Ryan S. Jace Bergschneider, his only bucket of the night. Justin Wright had 5 off the bench in that second quarter. And the third quarter, I'll tell you what, that was not the prettiest second half for either team, but it really did seem to go fairly quickly. 64-39 at the end of 3, and then in the fourth quarter, more of the same. Never quite hit that running clock mark of 30. I think the biggest, what did they get up to, Bruce? Was it 28? 26, the biggest lead?
It's 64-38, I believe, John.
64-38, that's the biggest lead I see. 64-38, Bruce is correct. Like I said, don't doubt him. 71-53, though. Around 73-51. My apologies, your final score at the end of this contest. Tornadoes all over the Eagles. They improved to 9-1 on the season. The Eagles fall to 1-8. Tornadoes have IVC, the Gray Ghost, in the nightcap tonight. That game's at 8:30 here at the Dolph. Taking a quick break here on News Talk WTIM. Before we do, though, let's mention Milling Millwork Contracting Incorporated. They provide professional quality craftsmanship. Their location at 405 West Main Cross in Taylorville, where they are fully insured and bonded. That's Milling Millwork Contracting Incorporated, a proud sponsor of the Taylorville Tornadoes. Stats up next on News Talk.
You've got a pretty full schedule.